118 pounds, here we go. Everybody knows how important these first matches are. You've seen whole meat swing on what happened at 118 pounds.
That's right. A lot of times when you get a big crowd at home, that's what makes the difference.
We have a microphone, as you know, from past watching, on Phil Henning. It's Matt Egeland of Iowa, ranked number 8, down at 118 for good now, against Perry Summitt. We know that Egeland had a little trouble making weight today.
Yes, he was having some trouble all the way until noon, I believe, and he's sort of a fast starter. We'll watch this and see if he's going to try to conserve himself some.
The first time around, they met. Egeland beat him 10-8. Beat Summitt 10-8, although he was well ahead going into the third period and then ran out of gas. As I recall, that was his first time down at 118 pounds.
Well, this is almost going to be like the first time when he was 4 or 5 pounds overweight to start with. He's going to have a little bit of trouble being able to replenish that fluid supply, get himself back in here and get going. We'll see. He tends to be a fast starter. He likes to get out and get his points early, as he did the last time. He's not starting that fast this time. Maybe he's going to try to conserve, and of course, that never works. When you're out there, it's the same as if you're going hard or you're going easy.
Summitt, you can see, trying to leg sweep. He's a thrower from up high. Egeland is more of a low shots man, like that.
He's in like deep that. Right there. Just missed the leg. He went in so far, he missed the leg. Now, Summitt has a good high crotch just like that. He gets in on, well, he goes the other side. Summitt's high crotch will come with his left arm coming through to the leg, and he'll come from this side. And Egeland's goes the opposite way.
Now, Egeland, as you know, has had an up-and-down year, most of it at 126, but last year he was a runner-up in the Nationals at this weight.
Well, when he gets down and stays down, he's a tenacious competitor.
Back up the edge, guys.
First period, 118 pounds, the Cyclones and the Hawkeyes.
Perry Summitt's come on very well for Iowa State this year. He's put himself in the picture now as the man. Likes this weight, likes it at Iowa State after transferring from Northern Iowa. He's a man to really threaten a lot of people, even though he's not in the rankings. He's in the right program with the right coaches. Having a guy like Darkus in the wrestling room every day certainly hasn't hurt anybody.
We have about half the time gone in the first period. A beautiful low tackle by Egeland for points. 2-0 the first takedown.
Well, he came off a 2-on-1, and when he pulled on the 2-on-1 and then stepped into it. Now here's another high crotch back. He's got to be able to clear the arm. There he's across there. Puts him back into the lead, Doug. Back points. So here's the high crotch. He steps in deep. Now, Egeland just is in too close, tries to sit and hold him, dump him over. But just a real good job right here. Summitt coming back and tried to free his arm to pull across and get the 2 point.
There were no back points in there. It's 3-2 in favor of Summitt. You saw Dan Gable shaking his finger at Matt Egeland.
Telling him to look at the timer. Here's Summitt's good with the legs on top. If he can get this in and put a lot of pressure on him, he can wear Egeland out right here. Because even though it doesn't look like you're doing much, it's tough not to go over as well as not get hurt down here.
Improve. 1, 2, 3.
The official is telling Summitt he better improve.
And his job is to tell him to improve, call it a stalemate, and then he's going to tell somebody it's your responsibility to move. Whether it's the top man or the down man is a judgment decision on the official.
Well, 2 points each man for a takedown. Summitt had the escape for 1. It's 3-2 in favor of the Cyclone here in the first weight. Try for a tilt. Not quite.
Took himself all the way through without stopping, but boy, I tell you, that was close. This is what you got to expect out of Summitt. He really believes that he can go with this. He thinks that the weight reduction that Egeland went through is going to tire him out, and it's given him a new kind of enthusiasm and zip.
At the whistle, no big moves. We have about 25 seconds to go. Now we're even, 3-3.
That's a good move on Egeland's part. He stopped Summitt's ability to reach across and catch him and get the legs in, then came up and scored that. Summitt didn't want to let him out. That was earned by Egeland. Good job.
We have 15 seconds to go in the first period. This is where you can score and maybe not be scored back on.
Almost caught him in the foot sweep that time. He's been trying that a couple of times. This time he almost got him.
Well, there'll be no scores. 3-3. At the end of the first period at Hilton Coliseum, Iowa State and Iowa. Summitt against Egeland.
It's tempo and crowd, Doug. That's what they're looking for in Iowa State's camp.
Now, the last time these two met, Egeland was well ahead at the end of the first period. Certainly was ahead at the end of the second period.
He's got 44 seconds riding time. He's got riding time, 44 seconds. Get him on there, let's go.
You heard Dan tell Egeland how much riding time Summitt has, so he'll probably try to ride for a while and erase a little bit of it and maybe get some back points if he can.
Well, he tends to be a little more conservative than that, Doug. He may try to keep the referee off his back by doing some things, but he isn't really going to try to lose anything by turning him. He just tends not to be that aggressive in that. He's going to try to get him off here, see if he can't pull his man off rather than get caught there sitting on his rear.
3-3 score. That's Perry Summitt, who comes from Bloomington, Indiana. He transferred over from University of Northern Iowa. And this is his first season in the regular lineup for the Cyclones. Jim Gibbons says this is the Iowa State tournament lineup.
Yes, he knows what he has to do here. Now, what you want to do is keep that arm free, make Egeland move up off the legs, and then get to his feet to score the point.
4-3 now. After that, Summitt leads by 1. And it depends on what happens on their feet. Now, they've split takedowns so far.
And a lot of it's going to depend on attitude right here. Maybe the crowd at home could overhear the coach Gable say, Egeland, you got to be tough right now.
Beautiful try at a fireman's carry, but he couldn't make it work either time. Referee Phil Henning says they're out of bounds.
You can see there's a stretch there. He's complaining about the fact that his arm is hurt. Boy, went in so deep on that thing that he missed the leg and then got his probably got his lat stretched real bad right there. I'm not too sure.
Here comes the trainer out for Egeland, and Jim Gibbons gets to coach Summitt.
And watch how deep he goes in. He's got the arm. He pulls him. He steps in. He misses it right here. His arm is reaching up there trying to grab a hold of something, and right in there is maybe in where he stretched it some. Pulling down on one, reaching out with the other. Sometimes you get a pull. Of course, you may just be a little bit tired and trying to get a rest. Who knows?
Egeland has been ranked now in the last Amateur Wrestling News survey as, well, actually, probably a survey of one, I just think.
45.
1 or 2, everybody in the office.
Left.
It's ranked 8.
45 gone, okay.
Now Summitt comes out. There's Eddie Bannock talking to the next man up for Iowa State, Joe Kelly. He was the victim, Kelly, of an upset down in Iowa City. He's going up against Brad Penrith for the first time.
Both of them.
Important starting matches. Time remaining about a minute in the second period. Summitt leads, has a strong front headlock. He does have the front headlock position, but a beautiful outside carry. Egeland is caught. Of Iowa State. Here's what happened.
Boy, stepped in, tried to go the other way. Summitt felt him going, stepped across. Once he stepped across and locked the legs, it's just inevitable, a matter of time. Got the fall.
And there was nothing he could do about it.
No, once he had those legs in, it's one arm out high, and the other arm, once he takes both of them above his head.
So it's Iowa State 6 at the beginning. And Iowa, nothing.